Uh, I'm, I'm, I'm hoping to get a stable life. To get back to work and start just living a happy life. Get some permanent accommodation. Get home.
That's great. Homelessness is on the increase. The risk of homelessness is on the increase. People living in temporary accommodation such as B&Bs and hostels is on the increase. It's not getting any better. And I think Streetwork as an organisation and their frontline workers are very good. Now I work for the Women's Project who live in Streetwork. So we support mainly women. Women that are either on the streets or at risk of losing their own homes and have got complex needs. And I just think it's a worthwhile job, really.
Well, as a human, I need to eat. I need to wear the clothes in this type of environment. So I use charities, and one of the charities is Streetwork. The people in the Streetwork have professionals, staff who's advising where to go and where to ask for example, to apply for a job or get accommodation. They also have just basic needs service like showers and some lockers, which is really handy for people who's temporarily on the street, and so they can just keep some stuff in a locker. So it's great help, it's a lot of help.
We will target people that are needing support. They may not realise they need support, or they may have given up on any kind of support service. But we will go out and target, and we build relationships with these people over a long period of time. And we do find it takes a long time to build a relationship with somebody that may not have any trust with anybody that's tried to help them in the past, or they may not have had anybody that's tried to support them in the past.
So yeah, we came back inspired, like, let's just start a business and give all our profits away. And then steadily over the course of the years, it's sort of organically grown into the thing that it is now, which essentially believes that nobody should be homeless, everyone should have a safe, warm place to sleep at night, that homelessness isn't acceptable in Scotland, and that it's not beyond Scotland's wit and innovation to end it completely. So that's where we're at now. Originally, it was, we opened the first store on Rose Street in Edinburgh, and we were, like I say, we were just giving profits to charity, and that was where we that was all we sort of thought it needed to do. But then one of the guys selling the Big Issue was literally selling the Big Issue outside the shop. So we were like a social business, so we just thought, you know, naturally it was cold, it was like this, it's like snowy outside right now, and it was like this time of year. So we started bringing him out hot chocolates and things, and then eventually he'd kind of pop in and go, can I have some soup or whatever, just to keep him warm. And then one of our staff gave him their jacket because it was so cold. Before we knew it, we were just like, we should just hire him. Like, he's working out there. Okay, he's homeless, he's kind of smelly and grotty, he can't maybe work with food right now until we go through several other stages with him. But he could do the dishes and stuff like that. But after that, we moved to Glasgow and we realised we didn't know any of the Glasgow homelessness scene yet, whereas in Edinburgh we kind of knew this this whole crowd by this point after a couple of years. It definitely was like a camaraderie thing, it was beautiful.
It's a society change. The people just talking. I think it's a natural reaction if someone see someone on the street who struggle and tired and look dirty, hungry, or even lying in the street. Even if you don't ask, the people coming and asking, "Are you okay?" and just showing the places.
We do outreach at Social Bite, the cafe on Rose Street, where we have women-only suppers. So basically it's made up of outreach, targeting women, and also one-to-one support. Because a lot of our women lead quite chaotic lives, so we have to be really quite consistent and keep our feet on the ground and not get caught up in that chaos.
So when they're facing drug addiction or chaotic environments in temporary accommodation, or living on the streets and trying to get showered and employed and things like this, those are the same things that essentially we're dealing with, because we'll literally go to those people and go, okay, what do we need to do to get you into employment or to get you into a safe space? And so it's the same things that they're dealing with that we end up dealing with them.
What is my experience to be homeless?
Yeah.
To feel insecure and feel stressed, and to not have a permanent place to stay when, like, by my own, I could organize myself. I would call it like a private space for myself and for like everyone. So without that, we really don't feel insecure. Then it's caused, basically, in my experience, it's caused because of the wrong reaction on a situation, or timing, abusing drugs with the wider perspective of drugs, and alcohol. It's like putting the something that should be sorted straight away. It's like putting it in some shelf somewhere or brushing it under the carpet.
Last year we decided to commission a 20 grand study to Heriot Watt University, and we said find out what the cause of homelessness is and what the solution to homelessness is. And what came back was this model called Housing First. So it's like, once a person has a house, you can then work on their addiction or on their social issues or their employability. So we are in a tiny house right now, and these were designed by an amazing man called Jonathan Avery, and it's unfinished, it's not painted and stuff, but we've got like a little bit of an idea of what they're like. They'll house 2 people each, and so there'll be 20 people in the village to start with. And there'd be on-site support that would live there 24/7. So there's like a little community hub, and that's where they can basically go and get help for whatever they need whenever they need it. So come and stay here for 12-15 months. We'll teach you how to like use the land. We'll probably put a chicken coop there so that they can like take care of chickens. And so over the course of that 12-15 months, we hope to get them to a place that they are ready for permanent employment and hopefully accommodation. And we can take them from the tiny house and place them in that permanent accommodation. So Social Bite's mission is to eradicate homelessness in 5 years right now.
You know, it may not be massive, it may, you know, on paper, statistically, it may not seem huge, but I feel we do make an impact. And you can see that, you know, it doesn't happen very often, but you can see it does make an impact on individuals' lives. And we've had some good outcomes where people have, you know, come from an incredibly vulnerable position, and where they've, you know, and now they're in a safe position, they can see some kind of a future. I think it does make an impact, yeah.